Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today we're going to be talking about MSNVF, also known as MRS, Mission Ready Solutions. I've covered this one previously. You'll find my previous video in the description below, even though it's fairly outdated. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on. Let's jump right into this one. So, Mission Ready, I've broken this video into due diligence and then as well towards technical analysis. And we're covering just quick thing about their products, subsidiaries, etc. Some of the previous contracts they do have, and the list goes on there. So some of their popular products, including vests, whether it is level 3 armor, plated, etc., be concealed, different kind of levels. And just if you have ever seen this one and going on their website, you might not be able to right off the bat get an idea on what their products are. But for this one here, I did go ahead and dug up a little bit of an older presentation. This is fairly over a year-old presentation, but it seems to be one of the latest that I did find. Their presentation booklets aren't readily available online, and you need to really dig through them. And so I'm not going to go through the exact details, but I'm just going to give you a bit of their subsidiaries. So Unifier is actually one of their subsidiaries. They do have their own website as well. Unifier, it's a company expertise that has been utilized in every disaster and major U.S. military operation over the last 20 years plus. Unifier was founded in 1987 and is specialized in solutions provider to the U.S. Defense Logistics Agency, DLA, and one of 6 companies worldwide that is authorized to provide equipment designated services under the multi-billion-dollar Tailored Logistics Support, TLS, Special Operations Equipment SOE programs. As an incumbent awardee of the DLA's Special Operations Equipment SOE contract with extensive knowledge and experience in providing solutions to the U.S. federal government, Unifier utilizes its high efficiency and scalable technology infrastructure to provide procurement solutions. TLS SOE does have contracts upcoming renewal up to 10 years for $33 billion. Now, some of this information, again, is going to be outdated, so I'm going to only stick with things that are in the longer term, such as the $33 billion for 10 years, and as well as some of their products. So some of their products here for basic MRS, or Mission Ready Solutions, including, as you get to see, protective equipments for military. So for commercial use, and of course they do expand, etc., and there is updates on there. With the acquisition of Unifier, MRS is no longer limited by its in-house product portfolio, and again, this is why Unifier is one of the more important acquisitions. They do have government major customers, including Department of Defense, United States Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Homeland Security, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, law enforcement agencies, fire department agencies, and foreign military sales. And we already covered the $33 billion over 10 years. There's also major contracts that were around $150 million. And I think that already the contract itself, the seal of that is increasing exponentially. So I just wanted to show this presentation regarding mainly the Unifier part. And from there on, I did go towards the investor sites. I think this one here in terms of their Flex 9 armor brochure and tactical sheet cover brochure, it seems that these documents seem to be a little bit restricted, so their server doesn't even open there. So basically, we don't have any of that information available. But brushing right through that, we can go ahead and take a quick look into their other investor part of the website. That one is actually online and it has updates and resources. Now, again, no presentation is here available. You'd have to dig through it. So some of the latest news here, and we're going to cover all the way back. Let's do it all the way back from November, let's say. So November 2020 shareholder update, and the only reason I'm doing that is just so we can get a little bit of perspective on what the company really is all about. We can zoom in here once more just to give you a better perspective. Nope. It's going to ruin a lot of people's perspectives. Okay, there we go. Following the successful completion of her first vital annual shareholder meeting earlier this year, they announced that it's a tremendous honor to welcome Commissioner William Bratton as a director of Mission Ready. In keeping with our commitment to build sustainable shareholder values, we'll continue to key elements for ambitious investor outreach program throughout 2021. We intend to initiate the process of secondary listing, dual listing for our shares for OTC QB as a US-based trading platform operated by the OTC Market Group in New York, USA, to be considered for listing, etc. Blah blah blah. We'll go through an update through that later on. Further to our October 8th, 2020 news release reporting that we received an aggregate purchase order totaling 112 million pursuant to isolation growth contract awarded by the United States Defense Logistic Agency Troop Support Clothing and Textiles Supply Chains. Unifier personnel has been busy fulfilling these orders according to the specified delivery schedule. Skip Churches, president of Unifier, states, "We are grateful for the many channels through which we are able to contribute meaningfully to the pandemic response efforts, having shipped approximately 4.7 million isolations gowns across the DLA CNT contracts since September 2020. Actuals results. As a result of recent contract awards, we have opportunity to further bolster our relationships with those who serve within the DLA." And so that was way back in November. Now, November 12th, you get to see the appointments of William J. Bratton. So I think that actually happened after the letter. November 6th, they also appointed Buck L. Marshall and Terrence L. X. Nixon as directors. Now, that might not mean a lot for you, but for instance, you get to see a little bit of here. Mr. Marshall has extensive background in executive management and devoted his past 16 years into the banking commercial industry. Next, this was another letter for the shareholders, but I'm not going to go through it because all the information that is there is not as relevant as the letter that we did go. So we're going back again towards October. So we're just trying to as well take a quick look into, let's see, is there anything that we might have missed regarding a deal, for instance. This was common shares putting in. Okay, there we go. This is something that I want to read because it gives you a bit of perspective on their $112 million deal. MRS or MSNV is pleasure to announce that further on September 18th, 2020, a news release announcing new contracts awarded an estimated $127 million with a ceiling of $435 million, and its September 25th, 2020 news release indicated that it received aggregate of approximately $96 million in purchase orders. Across CNT contracts, the company has received 16 million additional POs, bringing the total received to date 112 million. But you get to see that the Mission Ready announces $58.5 million in new purchase orders, and the Mission Ready awarded new contracts for an estimated $127 million with a ceiling of $435 million. I think that ceiling is something very critical to think about. And now moving on towards February. I don't think we received anything in January. Yep, and that's correct. So we did receive an offering in December. Looks like offerings are something that they do occasionally. Of course, for OTCs, that is a big part of it, is that a lot of offerings do happen and occur. Now, on February 3rd, 2021, they had announced the resignation of Marcus Tribbier as the company's chief operating officer, effective immediately. The company extends its sincere appreciation for his past service and wishes him great success in his future endeavors. Okay? Nothing there that is massive. Now, again, provides updates for the OTC QB listing SOE appeal and word from the CEO. And this one here, it says for the OTC QB listing, further to the listing related announcement on November 27, 2020, in the letter that I did read, that they are working towards, or the process was initiated in December 2020 and continues to advance through various stages in the process. MRS will continue to be traded on TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol MRS. The company will provide further updates on its OTC QB listing as they become available. OTC QB is the premier marketplace for developing US and international, and international companies that are committed to providing high-quality trading and information experience for their U.S. investors. OTC QB quality standards provide a strong baseline for transparency as well as technology and regulation to improve the information and trading experience for the investors. Listing on OTC QB is anticipated to provide currently and prospective international investors with more efficient access to the company's stock and public markets and further improve the company's market liquidity, said Buck Marshall, president and CEO of Mission Ready. So there you go. As well as a word from the CEO. I think this is just regarding saying that the framework for the company ability to flex, pivot, and be fluid in any situation. The challenges become recognizing opportunities and acting responsible in a responsible manner to provide the most return to our shareholders. In the most exciting news that this is over the past few months, we've been working very hard to realign our human and financial resources. Realign. That was a mistake from my side. Our human and financial resources to position ourselves for a momentous 2021. So there you go. You got a little bit of news there. There's nothing other than that. I think that we need to look a little bit into towards technical analysis. If you haven't done so, please make sure to subscribe and leave notifications on. It helps my channel a lot. And before I do discuss what the DD all throughout meant, I just want to go ahead and quickly go towards technical analysis. On a 1 week perspective, the 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA. That's a good sign. 32 is above 23. Amazing. The price point is above the 14 cents. I like that. ADX shows that there is a potential for a pullback, and from $1 to almost this week to 43 cents. I think that is a fair pullback. MACD still hasn't retracted but is stabilizing, and this means perhaps an accumulation. Momentum still positive. And especially for OTCs, we do always need to look on a 1 day perspective. The 1 day perspective shows the 10 SMA is above 30 EMA, that's amazing. The price point is 62 cents above 43 cents. And that is the trading action zone. That's where bullish reversals are likely. So keep that in mind. And currently it's above there. And see, every time it dips within that trading action zone, it does bounce back. 50 SMA is above 200 SMA. That is bullish. And the ADX shows a potential for perhaps another trend. It still hasn't broken that trend per se, the bullish positive trend, even though volatility, it was insane here. On the momentum, it looks like it's actually dipping momentum, but MACD is going a little bit negative, and that's something dangerous. In terms of MSNVF, the moving average bands here, you get to see that the moving average band is trading on the top 50 cents, middle 45, and the bottom 41. And you get to see the Bollinger Band still encapsulates the stock price. And the moving average band is actually increasing, so we don't need to worry about that. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both pointing a little bit downwards, and that's a dangerous thing. Now, on the Fibonacci retracements, we see significant support at the 51, 39, and 25 cents. Significant resistances, 62, 79, and $1. Now, let's try to go ahead and try to find a bit of significant support and resistances the old-fashioned way with the price line action. Significant support seems to be at the 60 cents, below there 55. Below there you're looking at 50 cents, and it does drop just quite a little to 36 cents, to 32, 27, and 23. Significant resistances are as follows. You got the 63 cents mark, and then you're looking at 66, 69, 75, 80 cents. And then, of course, you got the $1 mark. Now, it comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? If you're investing in this one, well, it could be actually a good opportunity to invest in it for a longer term. I think my last video that I've done with it, I think it was way at a lower price. I think perhaps in this region here. And I did say if you're in trading, I see this one to be $1 stock later on in the future. I didn't expect to be this close in the future, and I think I would like to see it settle because you get to see this massive candles, including in the 2 days, going from $1 to 30 cents. That's insane volatility. That's if the candle is actually correct. But trading, you can make a lot of money in this. It's OTC, it's high volatility. If you're investing, I would say, it doesn't harm to go in with an entry, but expect to lose it all because OTCs are sometimes risky. But I see the stock as one that gets uplisted and has a lot of future, a lot of potential there. And it's one of these things that you can get behind, but under one condition. Their PR, needs to be a lot better. Their presentations need to be available, and they need to be proactive. Now, they did promise that in 2021. I don't see it so much a difference there yet, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying, okay, they might actually get there, and perhaps the OTC secondary listing will help them there towards achieving just that. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. Have a wonderful day.